All right. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Happy day one of week three. We have three full, abundant weeks left. Drop a one if you are grateful that we're 2 weeks in and still have 3 weeks left. I am grateful. It has been a slow start to my May. I know some people are rocking and rolling, and I love that. I think either way, like having 3 full weeks left is such a blessing. So yay for 5 week months. I'd love to see just like what are your goals? What are you guys going for May? Like, are we running? Are we going for big things? Are we just trying to stay consistent? Like, tell me specifics. We have APV goals. Do we have, 20K? 20K what, Rick? 20K issued, submitted, money in the bank. Y'all know
Good
y'all know I'm
question.
gonna
Those are such variables.
ask. 20K something. 20 is something. Cool. I love it. Um, all right, Barbara's going for 7,500. Barbara, I cannot wait. Barbara was at the Bo Eason event this past week, the storytelling. I cannot wait. I'm going in November. Cannot wait to hear about that. First month of 85, so 2,500 issued. Amazing. Consistency on the dials. Perfect. I love these. Okay. Incredible. I want to share with you guys today. Um, I've had this like note in my phone for a while and I went and added something to it and I was like, this would be good content. Like this would be fun. I'm not gonna do the whole thing, but um I'm gonna share with you guys three things that I say to my 3-year-old that I probably need to hear and that maybe you do too. Anybody drop a two in the chat. Have you ever like given advice to your child, like you're taught like or maybe a friend, I don't know, but like given advice and been like, oh yeah, I'm saying that to you and I really need to be, I need to be the one receiving that advice, not giving it. I feel like this in coaching relationships, friendships all over the place. I'm like, yeah, this is probably not me talking to you. This is probably me talking to me. Okay. I'll give you some like story and context, so we can go through just so they make sense. But I picked out my top three favorites. Speaking of, you ate your muffin already. Get your steps. Bring me the box. I'll open the box for you. Just be careful over there. There's a lot. Yep, all the way over. Um, okay. This is one of my favorites. So, this happens quite often where she wants something, a toy, a thing, something, right? And without any attempt, she'll say, I can't find it. And so my response is almost always something along the lines of, you can't find something that you're not looking for. So in order to find what we're looking for, we have to look for it. And so when I say those, or we might be talking about a toy, we might be talking about it's something to play with. Oh, you're getting a piece of bread too? Um, and what I equate that to in terms of like the reflection back to me is very much so it goes to the things we talk about in this space all the time. Their neuropsychology, the confirmation bias, right? Our brains are looking for our brains are looking to be right. They're looking for information to prove that our belief system, that our beliefs that we have, that we've had our whole lives are correct. And so until we interfere, interject, and start looking for what we want to find rather than looking for what our brain wants to find, because those are oftentimes two different things, we have to actually put effort into looking for what we want to find. So every time she does that, okay, honey, I'm on a call and I'm talking. So I would like for you to take that and bring in the room. Thank you. So that is number one. You have to look for what you want to find, right? And getting really clear on what are you looking for? What proof, what evidence, what belief do you want to be true? Do you want it to be true that you're not successful and that you're not cut out for this or that you're not worthy of the abundance that other people are experiencing? Or do you want to look for the proof and the evidence And not just moving forward, but like looking backwards at like, wait a second, I have all these examples that my brain has collected about how I'm not those things. I'm not worthy, I'm not capable, I'm not smart enough, I'm not old enough, young enough, whatever the story may be. But you have just as much, if not possibly more evidence that actually proves that the opposite is true. It's just that your brain's not looking for it. So you have to step in and say, okay, brain, I see that you've collected all of this information or all this data over here, but we're ignoring all of this other data. And so let's actually take a look at that. Like, let's look at the actual data. This is something I feel like I experience every single day. It is so easy for me to feel like I'm behind, like I'm not good at this, I'm not doing enough. And if anybody in my life, if I were to say any of those things to people in my life, they'd be like, "You're insane. Like let me point out to you all that you're doing, how good you are, all that you like." There's a disconnect, and we need to consciously connect those dots and be looking for those things. Okay, so you can't find something that you're not looking for. Number two, I saw this actually recently. I don't even know where I saw it. I don't even know if it was like in a movie or on Instagram, probably. And it was talking about how the only way to fall asleep, there's some asterisks to this, but typically speaking, the only way to fall asleep is to pretend like you're already sleeping. And so we have incorporated this into our nighttime routine. That one of the ways that we can relax, right? My daughter's a generator. She's full energy. She is full energy until she's not. And that transition from full energy to sleep, when in alignment is actually a very quick process. But when there's something going on, right? And she's not able to relax, fall asleep, we always talk about how in order to fall asleep, we have to pretend like we're already asleep. And pretend is a good, right? That's a good, like for a 3-year-old, right? We're in the land of pretending and playing. But what do we do when we go to sleep, right? We lay down, we relax, we stop moving our body, we close our eyes, we slow down our breathing. And sometimes we're doing this consciously and sometimes we're not. But we actually are putting ourselves in a position where we're pretending to sleep so that we can sleep. And welcome to every other frequency and energy and situation that we want. If we want to feel anything, if we want to create any result, right? I don't really love the term fake it till you make it, but it's fake it till you make it. It is become the person before, right? Like you have to start doing the things like pretend you are an AO, act the way an AO would act. This was big for those of you who don't know. I worked at Apple for 14 years. Thank you so much. And at Apple, it was huge because there's this ladder, right, that people climb, and we said it all the time. You have to be the role you want before you get the title and get the pay raise. And you it's something that is carried in since we've started to incorporate this into our nighttime routine. Now it's like all of the things, right? Um, okay, you have to wait until mama's all done. So pretending and starting to step into that's and I feel like we talk about this all the time, so I feel like sometimes it feels like I'm just repeating myself. But you truly, like when it comes to stepping into a new version of yourself or becoming something that you're not, nothing is going to get us there without any attention or effort, intention, attention, effort, right? And so if we want to start making these, we have to take steps to make the changes, right? Stop doing these things, start doing these things, continue doing these things. And so I think about this, I think this is like a whole life lesson, right? That like if we want to fall asleep, we have to pretend to be sleeping. If we want to be rich, if we want to be an AO, if we want to be impactful, if we want to be generous, whatever it is, we have to pretend like we're already that. We have to start being those things. And pretending isn't the right word for us adults in a business capacity, but I think you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. All right. Number three. Okay, so just to recap, we've got, and I want to hear from you guys. Which ones of these are like landing? Which ones are like, oh yeah, that hits. And maybe you don't have toddlers, and that's okay. But number one is that you can't find something that you're not looking for. Number two is that the only way to fall asleep is to pretend like you're already there. Number three, I ask this question so often. You can't or you don't want to? How many people have heard a kid say, I can't do something that you have seen them do, you know they can do, they do it all the time, but in that moment they don't want to, so they say, I can't. I can't. They just lay it down. They're like, I can't do that. Can't. I probably multiple times a day. I ask her to explore. If she can't do something, or if it's that she doesn't want to, and differentiating those things. Now, when we get older as adults, this gets a little bit trickier because we might actually, and this is actually true for her. I think in that moment she does feel like she can't because she hasn't learned how to differentiate can't from won't. But that's another one. Don't want to is another way of saying won't. You can't or you won't. I'm sure you guys can think of and drop a three in the chat. Is there something in your business or in your life right now that you feel like you can't do, but if you really thought about it, it's more that you won't do it. And I don't think that this is always a bad thing. I think about this in my business. I'm in a season of my business where I'm not trying to do the most. I'm not trying to be the most. I'm literally just trying to make enough money to pay my bills. My daughter's getting ready to go to preschool. I'm a single mom. It is just me and my daughter, and I am milking these last few months before she goes to school. And so I want to work as little as possible, and I want to make as much money in that time frame. Now, before I had kids, I would have been max. If I started this business before I had kids, I would have been trying to do the most. I would have been like upset if I was not number one on every leaderboard, if I wasn't hitting 20, 30,000 every month issued, if I wasn't top producer in 5 minutes. But right now, there are things that I'm choosing not to do that I feel like I won't do. I'm not willing to do that right now. But it's really important to have that distinction between can't and won't. Because in a moment like right now, where I haven't gotten a paycheck in 2 weeks, um, it's been a slow 2 weeks, right? I had, April was fantastic, but going 2 weeks without getting a paycheck, I'm starting to think of what are the things that I'm saying I can't do, um, and really exploring can't versus won't. And there are circumstances and there are seasons and there are times where that's going to change because what it means is for the next 3 weeks, I actually have to bend on the things that I typically would not be willing to sacrifice. And I'm going to have to sacrifice some things that I typically wouldn't because ultimately I can. I am capable. I can dial more. I can buy more leads. I can close more business. I can make more money. I've been choosing not to. And so, again, discernment, I feel, is like a through line through so many of our conversations and things that we talk about here. But having that discernment, um, for those of you who know me well, you know the phrase "I don't know." I feel like "I can't" is right up there with "I don't know," right? We always know. I don't have any tolerance for "I don't know." Maura knows this. I call her. I also like call myself on it. If I say I don't know, I'm like, ew, no, that just doesn't even like feel good to say I don't know because we always know. We always have an answer and we always have a resource. And as soon as we say I don't know, we put our hands up. As soon as we say I can't, we put our hands up. We get out of curiosity. We get out of this space where we're looking for solutions, where we're looking for how we can get better, where we're looking for who we can partner with, where we're looking for the way out of the I can't. I can't is a decision. And so I think it's really, really powerful when we, instead of saying I can't, when we can replace that with I won't. And you can really feel the difference where you say I can't do that versus I won't do that. It really can change the feeling and the energy around it because you have to own that, right? You can't, you're the victim, right? Like I can't do that. But I won't do that. That puts that onus and that responsibility on you. And it's not that it's a bad thing. Like I said, declaring that you won't do something is not a bad thing, but you have to own it, right? There are things I won't do right now in my business for my business because my number one priority is my daughter and being a mother. And so there are things I won't do in my business, but I own that. Um, yeah. Maura's had a couple of moments of like, oh, I didn't even realize I said I don't know so much. Um, oh yeah. Yeah, if I could make y'all run laps for saying I can, I would too. I probably would have been a good sports coach if I was good at sports. The coaching piece I got. The sports piece I was mediocre. Um, all right, it is 9:16. I'm gonna hang out for just a couple of minutes with y'all. I'll stop the recording. But I hope one of this landed. And we're here every Saturday. I hope you guys go out and crush it. I hope I see all of your names on the Weekend Warrior boards. Happy week 3, happy May, happy Saturday, happy spring, happy Mother's Day to everybody wherever you are. I know Mother's Day is both a day of celebration, but also is a really tough day for some people. And so, wherever you are on that spectrum, whatever that day brings up for you or holds for you, I see you. And I hold space for all of those, all of the varying experiences that Mother's Day brings up. So, happy Saturday. And I'm going to unrecord or stop recording, and I'll hang out with you guys for a few minutes if anybody has any questions.